In the film industry especially, you will hit a wall very frequently. It's about what you do to get around that wall.
Hi, I'm Malik Ogilvie. I'm a DOP at MSQUARED Productions. I'm also co-owner along with my friend Malik.
Hi, I'm Malik, Rowe, co-founder of MSQUARED Productions and a director. MSQUARED is a production company that we started in August of 2020. Yeah. We specialize in music videos and commercials, mostly.
Our name came about because we have the same name. So when we was on set and we introduced each other to clients or just anyone who's on set, they'd always be like, oh, your name's Malik, his name's Malik, oh that's easy, you might as well be called MSQUARED. So we sort of said to ourselves, MSQUARED, it's catchy, it gives a bit of character, let's capitalise on it and let's call our production company MSQUARED Productions.
A production company is a business. Therefore, you need to have some kind of, if it's not a full in-depth 5-year business plan and so on and so forth, you need to have some kind of branding and some kind of planning. What we are going to do in a year. What is our goals? How do we want our company to run? There are different production companies that run in completely different ways. For example, going to the top end, you have production companies that they only do a certain style of commercial/film, for example. On the other hand, you might have a production company that has no one employed by them, and they bring in different freelancers and different workers every time, meaning they are able to do different aspects. They just have to bring in the certain person or team, for that job. You need to figure out what kind of production company you want to be. There's a lot of different production companies that you can be, different types of production companies that you can be. And you need to figure out who in your team, how everyone in your team benefits the production company, what everyone's role is. Once you're starting out, you probably kind of have to mesh. People will be doing more than one person's role, solely because when you're starting out any business, production company or not, you do have to do roles that aren't your given role at first because you don't have the people for it. And then once your production company started, you've got your name, you've got your branding, you've got your logo, you've decided how you're gonna run it. Now it's time to start getting clientele in. When you're getting clients, especially if you had started off previously, like us being, I'm Malik, aka MRK, director, here's Malik, aka MJRDO, a DOP/cinematographer. You need to now get these clients to start funneling into, you're not MRK, Malik, you're not MJRDO, Malik. Even though you still are your separate people, you are MSQUARED now. Or whatever your company will be called. People need to call MSQUARED. People need to, they will still call individual people, but you need to start now using, like we still have our individual, he has his MJRDO email, I have my MRK email, hardly use it. We use, if ever, now we use our company emails because now everything becomes about the company. It's no longer, oh, okay, you've made this, okay, I've made this, okay, this is my job, okay, this is your job, this is the company's job now. You have to run as a team. You are an actual production company now, so you have to run like any other company in any other field, whether it's food, film, or marketing. You're a team, you have to run like any other company. That's why I think a lot of people fail and think that you're now just a collective. There's a difference between becoming a production company and a collective of creators. Being a collective of creators that has just a DP and a director and a few other camera operators and gaffers and so on and so forth, they're not a production company. They are still separate entities. A production company has to run as one entity. I had to find clients. I had to do so many different things, whereas when he came from film school, he didn't have so much experience talking to clients. So we worked it to our advantage. We said, all right, cool, I'm better at talking to clients right now. I'll keep doing that, but then Malik needs to learn because we are a company now. Not everyone is always gonna be there at all times. So you need to identify quickly everyone's strengths, everyone's weaknesses, the company's strengths, the company's weaknesses, and where you guys fit in the realm of film, in the realm of production companies in the UK. What makes you different? What makes you unique? What do you want to specialize in? And I think once you're at that stage, then after that, it just branches off into the opportunities that arise for you. We can't tell you from there onwards. Once you start it, from there onwards, your path will be completely different to ours, which will be completely different to their production company, which will be completely different to theirs. I think even the start can be different, will be very different, but because you might start a production company with 7 people as opposed to us starting out with 2 and now growing. You might start a production company by yourself, which all of them are fine. It's just then about once you have started a production company, you have to realize you are a production company, and that ends with you are a company. So run like a company, not an individual, not 2 people, not 7 people. You are one entity. You are one company. That's how I'd say you have to run a production company. In the film industry, one thing that I do think is a bit sometimes left out, you have to love what you do. In a world where it's very creative, especially, if you don't love what you do, you won't do it well. Only you can protect your enthusiasm. However, whatever makes you feel enthusiastic about what you do, whether that's doing the type of jobs you love, if that's commercials, so on and so forth, but you have to protect your enthusiasm. If you don't, you end up doing mediocre work, and you need to have the drive to always want to improve. Otherwise, you can, in the film industry especially, you will hit a wall very frequently. It's about what you do to get around that wall. So, for example, going back to shooting on a budget and so on and so forth, if you don't have the drive and ambition to get around that wall or through that wall, you will hit walls constantly. You will hit the wall of, okay, I have no more money anymore. I can't buy any new equipment. That's a wall. You need to have the drive and ambition, literally go around or through those walls. So if you are coming up with so many ideas, I've got this amazing idea, but I just can't do it because we don't have the budget. Can't do this idea because I can't edit like this. You need to have a solution. I think Malik said this to me once, that on a film set, you need to not be the problem, you need to be the solution. But that's not just for a film set, that becomes everything in the film world. So if you're, like, numerous times I've heard editors saying stuff like, well, I can't edit like this because of how it was shot. That's not helpful. It might be true, you might not be able to edit like this because it's how it was shot, but I prefer to be the person that's, okay, I can't edit like this because of how it was shot, but here's my solution. We can do it like this instead. Offer a solution. I think that is something that's very overlooked when you don't have enthusiasm. If you don't have the enthusiasm, you will become the person of, yeah, I can't edit like that because you shot it incorrectly. There's nothing I can do about it. Whereas when you do have the love for the project, you have the love for the director that's brought you this edit, you're like, okay, cool. I see your problem. Here's my resolution to it. So everything, I think, stems back down to protect your enthusiasm. No one else can protect it for you. However you feel, whatever your enthusiasm stems from, some people's enthusiasm may be money. Some people's enthusiasm might be just being creative on different roles. Whatever your enthusiasm is, just make sure you protect it.